And hey, hello there folks, I'm RJB from RJB TV, and welcome back to the channel, where today we're going to be looking at Byul against Doromi in a Terran against Protoss, with Byul on the Protoss and Doromi on the Terran. Now I gotta admit that I am not 100% certain whether this person is in fact Byul, because it's just a string of numbers, 3489738474. It could literally really be anyone. But I got this replay from Byul's autosave, so it is somewhat safe to assume that it is going to be Byul. But I might be wrong, but let's just say that it is. So we got Doromi here on the Blue Terran. This game specifically is from late 2021. So it's from a little while ago, but that doesn't mean the quality is going to be low, because these two players have always been very good. They've both played in the ASL, which technically makes them professional StarCraft players, although they have since retired from their professional adventures and have taken refuge in the world of fastest map, team play, and 1 versus 1. Now, they both first started out as team players on fastest map, and they played thousands of games together in 2v2 and 3v3, and then they both started to explore the 1 versus 1 on fastest map a little bit more here and there, and eventually Doromi went back to mostly playing 2v2 and 3v3, but Byul stuck around and plays a lot of 1 versus 1, and occasionally also still plays those very high level games of 2v2 and 3v3. I mean, these two players are teammates in 2v2, 3v3, and they know each other inside and outside. They know each other very well. There's going to be no surprises they can throw at each other. They know each other way too well. But that is in a team setting. In 1v1, there might still be a lot of pages left to turn. They're unturned, ready for them to discover. Who knows? I don't. So I'm going to assume it's Byul, but Byul forgets to make a gateway. He's going to go for a double cannon in the front. He forgot the gateway in the back. He forgot the gateway in the back. It's coming up now, but that gateway is very late. Usually you get the nexus, then a pylon, then you get the fort and a pylon in the front, and then a gateway, and then 2 cannons in the front. He went for 2 cannons and then a gateway. And that might have been the correct choice, because he is getting rushed there by Doromi, who is in fact going for a double factory build order. He went for 8 barracks, supply depot, gas, and then for factory. So he could have, if he wanted to, rush that choke if the cannons had been delayed. So Byul's choice to go for cannons before gateway actually winds up being a very good choice, but I still don't like it. But it ended up working. But something ending up working does not mean it was a great choice, because it did delay his cyber core, did delay his gas, and did delay his technology advancing to the point where he wants it to be. But Byul has a lot of plans, and his plans are always better than mine. He's way smarter than I am. He's way better than I am. I will never ever be as good as he is. So I'm not going to doubt his choices. Like, I did voice my concerns, but this guy knows what he's doing. It's all going to work out perfectly fine. Although, look at this. We've got a very, very fast, extremely fast starport there coming out from Doromi. And he is not building a command center yet, although he's not saving up. No command center on the way. He's getting siege, getting a tank. And he timed that perfectly, in my opinion, because now he's going to get a control tower. And then when the siege mode and the siege tank come out, he should have the dropship coming out as well. So that is actually very well timed. Like, a tank comes out now, siege mode comes out way later. Siege mode comes out way later. Zealot there is almost going to make it into the base. He has to deny information from leaking out. He only sees a double factory, did not see anything in the back, so information has been protected. That's most important. And we have triple gateway there coming out from Byul. He is deliberately delaying his Reaver technology, because he knows he needs something to fight against that ground force that Doromi usually attacks with. Usually Doromi is a highly aggressive 2-factory player who will try to rush at about 5 to 6 minutes. He'll attack the front with a siege tank, some marines, and some vultures, and try to break through and kill you. But that is in fact not what he's doing. He's gonna go for, well, maybe he is doing that. Like, I can see a situation, a scenario where he uses the dropship to put 2 tanks on the high ground and then kill the cannons there from the high ground, with the Dragoons having a mischance on those tanks on the high ground. But it looks like he's not doing that. It looks like he's not planning on doing that. He's gonna go for the tank drop. And Byul here, I really think it's Byul. I'm still not very sure, but I really think it's him. And he's putting Dragoons there to intercept. He's got 2 cannons already there. Tank drop is going to arrive on the scene. Dragoons are moving in to try and snipe the shell out of the air. Dropship unloads all of his tanks. Tank is very close, going to hit those probes, but not too many probes are going to go down. He kills 6 of them. That's not a big... One more shot. Oh no, he moved back too early. He moved back too early. He thought he had the tank dead before it would shoot. And I think he lost like 6 plus at least another 6, maybe 10. Oh, let's say... Well, I think he was on about 38. So let's say he lost 15. I should have kept track better, but I'm going to say he lost 15. It's just a gamble, a guess, I'm not too sure, but let's make it 15. The Dragoon there goes for the attack because he knows he has to go for the counter attack, do some return damage, make Doromi bleed. But Doromi has tanks behind the wall, Dragoons cannot get through. Byul's plan has been foiled, the damage has been done. Probes have died, economy has been ruined. Doromi, who started off with a 1 command center, and got his 2nd command center only after he started the dropship, is now ahead, economically speaking. And that is something that should never ever happen when you're the Protoss. As a Protoss should always be in an economic advantage. And Byul is not. They're actually almost at an equal amount of workers. But when Doromi starts adding on the comset station, we can expect Byul to get more probes out on the map than Doromi's SCVs. So that's something that's going to happen when the comset gets built, but he doesn't even have an academy yet. So he's going to just reap the benefits off of this pretty much stalemate situation at the moment where both players are on equal terms. But these terms will eventually leverage over into an advantage for Doromi as the game goes on. Because he's going to become harder and harder to kill and stronger and stronger and stronger because professional Terrans playing fastest, us as Terran, they're absolutely frightening creatures. They play Terran like no one else can. Well, he's gonna see that? No, he doesn't see the Dark Archon. He might try to go for mind control, might not. Maybe he knows it's there. Maybe he knows. He's trying to avoid the raid, sending to the bottom of the map. Another tank drop comes in. Tank is too far away. Dragoons intercepted it. Probes stay alive this time around. And is he gonna go for drops now? He's got a shield on the way and a courser on the way. This game has really disgruntled and discombobulated Byul's plans. If this is indeed Byul, I'm not too sure. I said it before, I'm not too sure. But his plans have been foiled, and he's now trying to draft up new plans. He's trying to change directions, trying to think really hard, go with the big brain moves. He's brainstorming as hard as he can to try and create a plan that can take down Doromi. Now, Doromi is playing this quite minimalistically. He's got vision on the sides though, with some turrets being built there against the edges. He's got a SCV there on the side as well. Not building engineering base to float up into the sky and get additional vision. He's using the turret for that, which might actually be a pretty smart choice until it gets killed. Got observer there moving to position. We've got a shoulder on the bottom. No speed there yet. He's gonna pick up the Dark Archon and bring it back home. Does he have mind control? I didn't actually see if he has mind control or not. So he's got the vision there on the side. The ROM has grown pretty big. So 47 SCVs, and as I said before, because he got the comset, he's fallen behind with his workers by 2. He's got 4 factories, getting 4 more. He's got 1 armory, getting 2 more armories for air attack and ground armor. Left 1 attack for air, almost finished. Wait, yeah, for ground, almost finished up. We have a lot of upgrades coming in there for this Protoss player. And I'm starting to doubt that this might be Byul. I'm starting to doubt it because his APM has remained very high throughout the entire game, and usually that means it's not Byul because Byul's APM tends to go a little bit lower to 250 and sometimes down to 200, but maybe just going all out, giving it everything he's got at the moment, which might explain why his APM is so high. Now the raids are hunting for the Corsairs and the shuttles. Usually when you see Corsairs, there's going to be shuttles on that side as well, so the raids are hunting and scoring the map, looking for shuttles to kill, but there's actually no shuttles on the map at all. Byul is just building up a bigger economy preparing all the technology. He's got an Arbiter Tribunal, he's got triple forge for upgrades, he's getting an Arbiter already. He's not going for drops at all, which is a little bit interesting because Dorom is really playing as if drops are coming. He did scan just now. Not sure what he saw, but he scanned Byul's base. Now, Byul has 9 gateways, make it number 10. It's 11. He's going to build more gateways over here. Might even build more Stargates here for carrier switches at some point. He's only on double Nexus. He's getting a 6th gas. Upgrades are on 001. Mind control is on the way, almost finished up. So yes, he's going to try to go for the mind control and get his own Terran army. Whether that is a good, wise choice, I'm probably going to say no, because Byul is facing a Dorom who's looking pretty strong. He's got a lot of factories at the moment, almost has a full base, just has to fill up this remaining space, and that rhymes. That rhymes. I'm a rhyming machine. I'm going to rhyme much more if you want me to. I'm going to rhyme much more if you want me to. So we're looking all over the place. We got 4 gas in the back. He has more upgrades on the way there from his armories. Level 1 attack for air. Ground attack. Is it ground attack? It's ground attack, right? You have vehicle plating. More raids coming out. 1 vessel there. Just always looking for the observers. I think Dorom really likes the situation that he's in because there's really not much pressure being put on to him. He's kind of allowed to build in a relaxed manner, whereas this Protoss player, Byul, is focusing on getting as many gateways as he can. He's focusing almost purely on getting as much production as he humanly can in the shortest amount of time. Triple Robo coming up in the front. Double Arbiters in production, getting a recall. He's going to try to recall that SCV out of the ROM space. He's going to be flying on the side. Where is the Dark Archon? Where is the Dark Archon? It's most likely in the front here. No. Where is the Dark Archon? He had the Dark Archon. There it is on the bottom. Yeah, so not much is happening. Not much is happening. He really decided to just go all in on controlling the map, sending up for the mind control recall, and getting as much production as he could. And I really don't think that's the right choice, because Dorom, strong player, amazing production, a lot of factories in a small block. He can just produce really quickly. I like this. I kind of like this. You can build a lot of Goliaths in this one small tiny block. You can build another factory here, and maybe another factory right about here. And then you have, like, I'd say 11 structures in this very small, tiny little block, and they can all produce. Actually, a pretty good layout. And then you got tanks right here, and another row of tanks probably right here, maybe starports over here. He's gonna have insane amounts of production. His APM is shooting up into the sky as he's ready to roll out, because it's time for the Autobots to kill the Protocticons. I wanted to say something stupid and it didn't work. I give up halfway. It's not gonna work. Okay, so he's putting mines in the middle there to try and create a zone of control to keep the Dragoons away, but there's no anti-air, so the observers are providing enough support. Dragoons are killing the mines, but then the tanks set up shop there in the front as the mines function as a buffer zone to protect the tanks. Dragoons pull back. We have more cannons on the top. We got the mind control attempt happening there on the bottom. Gonna unload the Dark Archon at some point. Templars first. There's no Dark Archon in the mix. There's no Dark Archon. Oh, it's a real drop. He killed about 20 SCVs. That was actually a pretty good storm drop. Kills a couple more. Kills everything that was there. He returned too early, and he pays for it with the lives of many, many SCVs. So this science facility there are gonna get taken down, pushing structures away from the hillside. But Dorom does not care that he lost his economy. He's going to push forward. He's like, let's go, boy. Let's go, my friend. It's time. We do it now or never. He's moving into the middle, setting up tanks in a great wide spread open position to get as much surface area covered as he can. His army is absolutely humongous. He's not making new SCVs. He's going to rely on his huge army to win the game. This is the earliest gamble on a huge army and a small economy I've ever seen in my life. Like, you never ever see someone at 40 minutes think to themselves, 33 SCVs, that should do the trick. Let's just go for the attack. Let's make this work. Is it gonna work? I don't know. I mean, this is a lot of tanks, a lot of soldiers. This is a huge army. This is the biggest mech army you'll ever see at 14 minutes. Comes in with the Arbiters. Great stasis, double stasis, but will it be enough? There's still a lot of tanks there. Operational. Still a lot of tanks operational. Scans coming down to detect those Dragoons. Forced to retreat for now. He managed to reduce that army size by about 40 or by 50. He reduced the army size by 50. So that was actually a very effective push forward. But still no Dark Archon mind control has happened. Still does not have the SCV. He's going to have to rely on superior economy and macro-micro to overpower this force that Doromi is on the middle. Now Doromi is back on producing those SCVs, pushing further into the middle. We still have no follow-up drop happening, but the drop there is prepared. Pushes forward, gets a couple shots on those Dragoons. Dragoons are pulling back out of range. Zealots are moving forward to trigger those mines. We're currently on 2-2-2 there for those Dragoons. Very good Dragoon upgrades, whereas the tanks are on 2-2 as well. Likewise, both players have amazing upgrades. Some turrets being built there as they circle around to detect the Dragoons as they come in closer. Oh, we went a little bit too far in the front there, but Siege is up just on time. One Lowe's High Tempest in the middle of everything, storming all over the place, but the storms will not soften them up enough. The stays in the middle, a little bit disappointing. The Arbiter is clearly not really working out as intended, but he pushes forward, loses a lot of army, but he kills more than he lost. His economy, though, is still in shambles, but he's largely focusing on producing Vultures, and Vultures are cheap, very cheap, and he only has 4 factories with an add-on, so 4 tanks every round, and everything else is Goliaths and Vultures, which, as I said before, are very cheap. It is honestly somewhat of a miracle he's making this push work with only 44 SCVs and an absolutely huge army to kick butt. So it goes forward a little bit more. Of course, he's trying to push the Vessel away. Vessel staying alive with the help of the Goliaths that are firing to the sky. There's no Goliath range yet. The Goliath range is now on the way. This Gateway army is not really doing it. It's not really doing it. It's simply not doing it. A proxy Gateway base on the top is being thrown down. The numbers guy, I really think this might not be Byul. I think it's someone else, but he's pretty good. He's pretty good. Things just did not go as planned. Everything just did not go as he wanted it to. Everything went south when he got hit by the tank drop, and then he was expecting a push, and the push never happened up until now, after he hit the storm. And you never expect a Terran to just pull the trigger and go for a push after they lose their entire economy. But Doromi is the kind of player with mechanics so strong that he will make this work with brute force strategies. He's brute forcing his way forward. Upgrades are his upgrades already on 3-3? 2-2. He's not even getting upgrades. He's just relying on a 2-2 to finish it once and for all. But we're very close to 3-3-3. They're on the Dragoons. They're pretty strong boys. They're pretty strong boys. So tanks are loading first. Shuttles are loading. No, shuttles are empty. There's nothing inside. Nothing inside the shuttles, but we got an army that are coming from behind to flank the tanks. But his position on the tanks is very strong. Double stasis. That stasis is divine. Look at the stasis in the middle there. Got so many tanks. And that should allow him to clear out... No, yes, maybe. Yes, he will clear out the middle there. Mines being placed on the top to zone off those Dragoons coming from the top side in the near future. More tanks and reinforcements coming from the middle of the map. He's going to try to save the tanks. He's going to try to save the tanks as they come out of stasis. Mines in the middle are buying time. Stasis almost ending. Another 10 seconds or something like that. Zealots coming from the base, pushing back, pushing forward. A lot of scans coming down. Turret there is escorting and helping. Tanks coming out of stasis. And he saves the tanks. But as the tanks get saved, more Zealots are on the way. Vultures once again coming from the base. A lot of Vulture production is happening. Still no upgrades being researched on 52 SCVs. He's recovering his economy somewhat to some degree. And because he only has 4 gas and 4 factories within the machine shop, he's doing fine on 4 gas, which is a miracle. He's doing fine on 4 gas, but perhaps he needs more tanks. Perhaps he does need more tanks, because this army from Byul is winning the fight in the middle pretty handily. Pretty handily. He pushed back that Terran push all the way back to where it came from, back home, and it was now recovering. He's focusing on turtling up now. He's focusing on turtling up. He's adding on more start ports, probably for raids to snipe the Arbiters. I'm not sure what the plan with the raids and more start ports is. I really think, as I said before, that he really has to build a couple more machine shops. Only 4 tanks might not be doing enough. That's what I'm saying, but I mean, he's still alive, so it's done something. It's done something. You can bet on that one. It's doing something, and he's still alive. Mines on the middle. He's relying a lot on that Vulture damage. Now, Vulture damage is not great against Dragoons, but the mines are awesome against Dragoons, and specifically Zealots as well. And Vultures absolutely melt Zealots like snow under a sunny sky or something, a warm day. Let's just stay at that. So, goes in. I'm gonna try to just... I think he tried to kill some turrets, or maybe try to go in a little bit deeper and get the storm drop off, but the turrets on the sides are providing enough anti-shuttle support. He's gonna try... Gets the mind control. He got it. Scanned it. He knows. He knows. Where is that hoe? There on the bottom. Gonna build this command center very soon. He's gonna have to start right about now. He's gonna start building it right about now. Now we do have some raids that could potentially hunt down that SCV and kill it. We got level 3 on the way there for ground. Level 2, 4, level 3 attack for air. 0 upgrades for the armor on air. Yeah, it looks like he's ready to go. His economy is recovered. He's ready to go. And even if he didn't want to go, he has to go. He has to go, I'd say pretty much right about now. So we're going to kill the supply depot in the front there first to open up that doorway and allow everything to pass through. We're going to set up there on the side, slowly sieging up one by one. Setting up position, putting mines in the front, vultures attacking. The fight is breaking out on the middle. The fight is breaking out. We got more games on the top there as well. Fight is happening. Command center is being built. It's halfway done. Pushing forward, the gateway units don't stand much of a chance. And when they get level 3 attack and armor forward of tanks and vultures, they will stand much less of a chance. Arbiters are coming in to help. Stasis coming down. Snipes one Arbiter. Another Stasis, not a great Stasis though. Arbiters are dead and gone. Arbiters are dead and gone. Dragoons, Zealots are trying to push forward, but honestly, there's so many tanks and they're so strong with the upgrades, it's not looking good. But he still has a lot of time. Command center almost done. Mortar Templars on the way. No vessel in the sky. Pretty steady production there from Doromi. Pretty steady production there from Doromi. Trying to go in with the drop. No, so what he's trying to do, he's trying to unload Zealots on top of the tanks, but the raids snipe the shuttle. Denied. Denied. What Byul has to do, in my opinion, is get another shuttle drop. Dark Templar's coming in for the top. There's no scan half. There it is. Dark Templar's got taken down. They actually killed nothing. Surprisingly, killed nothing. Another wave of Dark Templars coming in from the top there, though. Mines are being placed. Raids are in the sky. Scan will come down very soon. Mines exploding. Vultures go down. Dark Templars survive. Huge army getting a great surround on the entire army of Doromi. Doromi is falling behind his supply. He cannot keep up with the production of all the gateways that Byul has. More vultures entering the middle of the map. Vessels are forced to retreat. Tanks are spawning. Mines in the middle there. Might buy him some time. Barracks is being built. Barracks is finished. Factory is now on the way. Doromi is falling apart. Like, Doromi is the kind of player who really will not build additional structures. And he gives up. I mean, the game is over. Mind control was never needed, but the game is over. He simply does not have enough production. Simply does not have enough production. And that's the one thing that Doromi really fails at in his playstyle. I mean, he usually is good enough to be able of winning games, or capable of winning games, with this much production. And I mean, it's not bad. It's 4 factories, and then we have another 9 at the bottom. So that's going to be 13 factories. It's not a lot, but it is technically enough. But against this many gateways, if we have about 12 on the base, another 12 over here, let's just say it's 24, because it's easy to say. A couple arbiters. Yeah, when you've got 24 gateways, I'd say 12 factories with only 4 machine shops, or 5 machine shops, is simply not enough. He needed like 20 at least in order to be capable of keeping up with all the production that Byul has going on. So the Protoss wins, the Terran loses, and yeah, like, it might look like he gave up, but there's only 4 tanks in the front and about 5 vultures. This army right here can kill him. And he knows. He also knows that he cannot kill the mind control SCVs on time to stop the production of a factory. So that's also weighing in on why he gave up. it's simply over. Perhaps a little bit prematurely, but this game is over. Very well played by both players, but in the end, the best player comes out victoriously.